I think we were left in the town. Basically need to start talking to a lot of people. Also, don't think we can use source powers in public, at least not in front of the magisters. Rust.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost.
Ask it what ails it.
Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
Lay your hand upon its neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat.
Slide your hand beneath its studded collar.
Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls.
Tell the dog that you can heal its pain, but it must trust you.
The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet.
Turn the collar inside out.
The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, woman. I think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude?
5,000 experience points for this. I mean, it's reasonable because the XP gains scale, but it feels like a lot of the achievements we did in the first part of the game were pointless. Ask him who put the collar on him.
Master did.
Ask the dog if he knows what that means.
Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first I have a thing I need to do.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Mention the dog's bite collar. Tell him he's cruel.
God damn it! That was my livelihood. Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here.
Tell him you'll tell the people what he did.
You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes, you would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
You can blackmail him. Turn away.
Go on then, get lost, you freeloader. I'm working it up.
I'm all right.
Thank the divine, you're
We'll torture the dog so it looks more miserable.
You're safe among
Get more money out of it.
Never forget it.
Yes, of course.
That's low. That is low.
I think that lunatic Siva is loose again. We won't be so gentle when we catch her this time.
And a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
No. What did I click on? Ah,
They
it
don't
says
come
stool.
visiting a ton.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side. But prices will go up, even for one of our own. Buy now and buy often. Special prices for you, my friend. Gotta stick with your own in times of trouble, right? War is hell, my friend, but it's very
Yeah,
good
we're
for
starting to see
business.
OK
Good luck
scrolls
to you.
at this point. I don't have the funds to actually buy anything, but I can see them. That's nice, I guess. Persuasion and bartering. This might be nice because my current persuasion is not enough to actually succeed persuading anyone. At the same time, I have 780 gold, so I couldn't buy anything even if I wanted to. I want to see the options available though. If only at a glance, get an idea what to expect. I think the weapons we have are more or less upper level appropriate, so we don't suffer on that account.
I'm all right. As long as we're not too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Ballistic
Smells
shots.
worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a
5%
vat
damage
of
bonus
vinegar.
per 1 meter distance to
Well, don't
target.
come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to
Tactical
know?
retreat. Marksman's Fang. Straight through enemies.
Keeping it together,
Ignore armor.
I'm all right, as long as
Barrage. Fire 3 arrows at 3 targets of your choice.
never forget it.
Reactive shot. Target a circular area until your next turn. You will reflexively shoot at the first 3 enemies moving within this area. So area control. Yeah, I like the huntsman abilities quite a lot. You can pin down targets. You have massive amount of damage at long range, elemental damage included, through the specialty arrows. You have multiple target selection. You can a ricochet shot, so you can basically physical damage suppress at least 3 enemies with a single shot. You can probably do a couple of those shots if you have access to tier 2 abilities.
Than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a
Tier
vat of
3,
vinegar.
arrow spray. Fire 15 arrows in a 60-degree arc. So basically, if we go to hucking distance, it's
If I
it's
don't
like a
come visit your
shotgun.
ton,
Each
who
arrow
will?
deals, well, that doesn't
Wouldn't
matter
you
here.
like to know?
Damage is based on your basic attack and receives a bonus from intelligence. That's because I have the intelligence weapons in my hand. But this is one of the better ones. 15 arrows. And this is for a single huntsman. If you have 2, 3, it's a massive amount of attack power, range attack power. And since they're finesse based, actually finesse doesn't give you that much benefits anymore. You'll probably want critical hit chance increases then, or as much basic damage as you can get. And this is comparable to a two-handed weapon easily. Set acid, 20% chance to succeed, accuracy bonus. Yeah, I like the huntsman. I like quite a bit. Especially in a group, it would work well.
More humans! Just what we needed.
Adelaide.
It gets harder and harder to see the bright side. Driftwood ain't safe, and it ain't pleasant. I try to taste the sweet, but all I'm fed is bitter. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it
Calm
too
as a
much.
coiled spring held tight, this silent watcher stands tense before you. It seems to be waiting for something, but what is not clear.
An L.
Calm as a coiled spring held tight.
You needing supplies? I'd stock up anything more.
Door to Eternity. Give all summons and totems around you a status that prevents them from dying from damage or disappearing when their life runs out. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful ability. Arcane Stitch. Fully restore target character's magic armor. Removes frozen, stun, petrified plague, suffocating, poison, burning, neck fire, terrified, silence, bond, meh. Blank skill box. Tools. Grenade components. Large poison bottle. 200 poison damage. Medium physical armor. 100 physical armor.
Yes, of course.
Right, I need to go adventuring to gain funds.
Until later then.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet you could use a touch of magic. Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Chain lightning, hungry flower, summon fire slug. This is what we have this. Your fire slug can create fire surfaces and launch linear fire attacks.
Keeping it together, Bree.
It's fairly cheap action point wise. Skin
You're safe
craft.
among friends.
Reset all
Never
cooldowns,
forget.
removes burning, necro, fire, poison, and bleeding. Yeah, reset all cooldowns is that's pretty powerful. Polymorph tier 3. I'd say this is pretty much mandatory for the solo playthrough then. This would allow you to specialize more narrowly. You wouldn't have to mix in a lot of different skill groups. You could just reset things to burst through some problems. Shamor Doran, Vaporize. A dwarven wand crafted from driftwood timber and bound with thongs of Axrian leather. I was thinking about other type of thongs. Spider legs. Burst from your back. You can create web surfaces in an area to entangle foes. Walking on web surfaces will make you hasted rather than entangled. Incompatible with wings. Turn transmutation. Target 2 circular areas, swap surfaces and clouds. Again, very, very powerful ability. Summon oily blob. Fling an oil blob at target point, dealing earth damage. Oil blob deals earth damage with melee attacks and leaves an oil puddle on death.
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
So it's a summon ability. Still can't afford it, so it's sort of irrelevant what it is.
Yep.
Eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
There's a person here.
Hope you ain't looking for work in this dying town. Besides, you ain't got the look of a fisher about you, I'll tell you that much.
No one really wants to talk to me.
I've got years of fishing experience behind me, and I'm reduced to begging to gut and clean what catchers make it back.
You, stranger, what are you doing here?
Okay, why are you asking the question?
I'm someone investigating the disappearance of 4 magisters. There's a sorcerer stalking these streets, an affront to our order.
Several brothers have gone missing. Now tell me, have you seen a man in a grey cloak, grey beard, carrying a satchel, perhaps?
Smile and say that you haven't had the pleasure, but you'll let them know if you find him.
The Magister's eyes narrow, and her lip curls as she assesses you.
It's vital that you report anything unusual. We must know. Is that clear?
Ask about this person she's hunting.
He arrived in Driftwood some days ago, dressed as a tinkerer. He bought and sold a few knickknacks. But we thought nothing of it until our brothers started vanishing. As soon as he knew we were onto him, he ran. We think he's hiding in here, but he's a canny one. Now, be on your way. Who knows where he could strike next?
I'm all right.
Yeah, we should talk to this Who character.
Hello, missus.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
You be careful. My daddy's a magister. No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here.
Ask them what they expect to see staring at the water.
We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon.
He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
Fort Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
Tell them their friend is very strong and brave to go looking for his mom like that.
That's right. I think he's an idiot. And when he gets back, I'm going to tell him so.
Yeah, he's not gonna get back, is he? It's a good ring you have. You're ashamed to lose it. It's too valuable to even pickpocket though. Not with my skills. Probably can't even try it.
Joe's a good swimmer.
Right. So there's actually quite a few more people to talk to than I imagine. Well, a lot of people to talk to, but can't do shit about it. That's the problem. Molly the dog.
Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building.
Ask what it's barking at.
There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it.
Tell it you trust its instinct. You'll look into it.
You be careful now. What's under there smells real bad. It smells evil.
So it's the lower levels of this inn or tavern. We were told to expect exactly that though, so I'm not surprised in the least. It's not particularly useful information.
Driftwood Fishworks.
Fishworks, okay. I thought this would be the inn. This changes things. That's another animal, no? Mary Lane.
I'll take that, sorcerer. Dallas, get her!
You're dead, Alexander. Alexander, you're dead. You have to stay dead until we say you're not dead anymore.
Here, missus. Alexander doesn't have to stay dead, does he?
Tell the kids the rules are made to be broken. Alexander can come back to life if he wants to.
See? Told ya. Take that, sorcerer. Come on, Dallas, help me put a collar on her.
Turtle Johnny puts an invisible sauce collar on Mary Lane.
Take that, sorcerer. No more saucy sorcery for you. Alexander and Dallas save the world again. I hate this game.
Point out that if Alexander can come back from the dead, a sorcerer can learn how to break a source collar.
The three kids stare at you in awe.
Crack! The source collar's broken. I'm free. How about you, Dallas? I'll kill you again, Alexander. I'm a big bad sorcerer. Woohoo!
For a moment, you watch the children play. Then you leave them to it.
I think I want to investigate this. There's a lot of other pleasant people we could talk to, but just going around and talking to people doesn't really get you all that much. And this could give us the funds we need to actually buy something useful.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't. You've been warned, Barnes. Now get out of my sight.
Yeah, Barnes.
The Magister turns, and his eyes fall on you.
You! Have you seen anyone leaving this place? Grey cloak, grey beard, a satchel of books under one arm. Hmm? You can't have missed him.
Tell the Magister that you haven't seen anyone.
Lucian's teeth. Where is that runt hiding? If you see anything suspicious, anything at all, report it immediately. Do you understand?
Yeah, wonder why he's looking for this person.
He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. Our brothers started vanishing as soon as the tramp arrived in town. He fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find him again. We'll have our justice.
Yeah, I wonder what he's carrying around though. For all we know, it could be a different set of clothing, so... the description might not be all that useful. Wish the Magister well in his hunt and take your leave.
The Magister's eyes flick to a nearby pile of fish, and he moves off to investigate.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
I need someone to talk to him. He's patrolling.
There's a sorcerer somewhere in this...
They can see quite close.
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
Probably requires 3. Yeah. I hate this that every fucking lock in this place now requires the 3. So if you basically haven't pushed it to as much as you can, it's worthless. I suppose you can always get around it with thievery equipment, but that certainly hasn't been plentiful in this game. I would imagine that would be a luck matter though.
If you see anything...
The dog sniffs the wooden decking, like there's something wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's not right.
Ask the dog what it's doing.
I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's underneath the floor.
Tell the dog you will investigate.
Be careful down there, missus. You're not smelling what I'm smelling.
How do we get down there? There's only blood. But that blood could come from anywhere. We probably need a key. Fairly crowded place, so just stealing it won't be easy.
The dwarf reaches into a barrel and pulls out a fish. His knife glides through the scales, crimson guts spilling out in its wake. The innards fall to the floor, landing in a pool of dark bile. You'd expect fish to smell, but these reek.
Prod an eviscerated carp with your foot and say that he's wasting his time. No one's going to buy rotten fish.
Well, good thing you don't have my job, because then you'd be raw and you'd be poor. Boss has a buyer for nearly all our stock. A top price, too.
Wonder who would pay for such foul-looking fish.
He runs his knife through another fish and flicks the blade, sending a shower of guts to the ground.
I'd say your guess is as good as mine. Except I got the sense not to ask any questions. Now why don't you march on? I ain't been paid to wag me chin.
The dwarf turns back to his work, slicing and disemboweling fish after fish as the blood and black bile mix and swirl around his boots.
You give an exaggerated bow, but as you turn away, a mark on a barrel catches your eye. Lean in to investigate.
Looking at the barrel, you see that someone has scrawled Black House on it in paint. You cast your eyes around to see that every barrel headed to Arx has the same inscription.
Here, leave them barrels alone. I told you to take a hike, so scram.
No one said they were making it for food. Just that someone's buying it. We're getting pocket change, nothing particularly useful.
You, tell me, have you seen a man acting suspiciously near here? Grey cloak, grey beard, satchel slung over his shoulder.
Tell the Magister that you haven't seen anyone suspicious.
Blast! Well, if you do see anything odd, report it immediately. There is a foul creature lurking in one of these shadows, and we will find him.
What are you looking for?
A sorcerer. He arrived dressed as a tinkerer, but then Magisters started disappearing. As soon as we asked him about it, he fled. Who knows what he's done with our divine brothers?
How are they sure this tinker is responsible?
He was seen with the effects of one of our company. Not only was he behind her disappearance, he brazenly flaunted it in the tavern. We chased him to this factory, but lost him on the docks. Now, I have a patrol to complete. If you see anything, tell me.
Hmm? What? You be needing something from me, lass? Ain't much inclined to rub elbows with humans, if you catch me drift.
Argue that his attitude is rather short-sighted. Best to stand together in times like these.
Ain't no one been standing together since Lucian died. Ain't been no goodwill among your kind, or mine, or anyone else's since the Reds have been in charge.
Wink and whisper, you're not exactly a fan of the Magisters either.
Glad to hear you say it. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em, you mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting unspoiled fish.
Ask if he knows anything about this fugitive the Magisters are looking for.
Fugitive? Ah, yeah. I don't think that's something I should be discussing with strangers.
Tell him it's very clear he dislikes the Magisters, so why not discuss an enemy of the Magisters?
Because I don't intend to end up with me lips stitched together, that's why. No, I shan't be baited. I ain't saying nothing on the topic no more.
Memory persuasion hero. Say that he has no choice. If he knows anything, it is his duty to speak, as it is your duty to save this man's life. Yeah, sure. I was a bit worried that my persuasion isn't enough.
Godspeed, buggered fine. I'll tell you all I know.
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering conspiratorially.
This fella runs along, right, sweating, panicking. Red's racing after him like hunting hounds. Hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. And what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around.
Okay. So he's in a barrel. Probably a stinking barrel. People wouldn't be so eager to open it. Igba's hideout.
You tell the magisters.
Glad that the flag is there, so I don't have to worry about where exactly he is or it is.
You see a man, well fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails. He sighs.
See here, I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you want?
What's he shipping to Arks?
Fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping fish to Arks. Now please, there's the door. I suggest you use it.
Point out that all the fish are void tainted. No. Who in Arks is buying void tainted fish?
That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect.
Yeah, ask him if you look like the kind of person who trades fish for a living.
Do I? But you're right, you don't seem the type. The answer to your question is, unsurprisingly, a man in a house. A man in a house buys all the void-tainted fish I can send him.
That dark shadow crosses his face once more. He shivers.
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest.
Tell him you'd like to meet this man.
Absolutely not. I don't give away sensitive information like that to anyone who just asks for it. And I don't keep it lying around, neither. That really is enough now. I'm asking you to leave. Good day.
Official looking documentation on the table there. Yeah, all lock levels jump to 3 with this chapter. Ooh, that's an augmenter, that's a good one. Okay, it wasn't exactly as close by as I thought it would be. Right, we need to get rid of the magisters. Also need to do a little bit of thievery. If you could look the other way, that would be great.
He glances up, recognizing.
I don't even need to take it, I need to read it. Delivery docket to the man in the black house, addressed Black House, Northeastern Ark, see map. Order number 0943. This is the 4th day of Germinate. Blah blah, tainted. Delivery instructions. Leave consignment on street outside Black House. Walk away. Do not look back. Do not knock on the door. There is no door. Do not seek a signature. Do not linger. Do not even look directly at the Black House. Sorry, Mr. Barnes, but I ain't gone back there no more. There's something else to do it. Gives me the creeps.
If I ever go to Arks, I'm staying away from this Black House.
You're still here.
Might be something suspicious about that Black House. Just a hunch though. Right, we need to talk to this guy in the clearly hiding in that barrel. And since we know pretty much where he is, no point going through every barrel that he's not in. Yeah, he's in those fish barrels. That one specifically, clearly. Lid is off. I do like the fact that there are slight clues. I dislike the fact that the flag is there, because that sort of makes the slight clues pointless. Oh no, that's one you can use. I'll take it back.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad.
You never heard so eloquent a fish. Pray, what wisdom does it bring from under the sea?
This isn't the time for jokes. The Magisters want me dead. Please, you have to help. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me.
Right. This is nothing to do with what the dogs are complaining about. This is just some guy hiding here. Lean casually against the barrel and quietly ask why the Magisters are looking for him.
I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I've sold a few items to Grandmaster Kem in Arx and stopped off here on my way to Skyseal. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me. I ran and, well...
You hear a quiet sob from the fish.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything.
Narrow your eyes. Seems a bit of a stretch to accuse someone just because they're new in town.
There's a moment of silence from within the barrel. Some of the fish seem to shift uncomfortably.
I may have been studying some new scrolls I bought. They might have been, well, they called for sauce. But that doesn't mean I had anything to do with the disappearances. I'm a tinkerer. I'll fix things for a living. I would never hurt anyone.
Glance at the barrel suspiciously. But if he's not responsible, who is?
I don't know. It could be anyone in the tavern. None of them have any love for the Magisters. Please, all I know is it wasn't me.
What's in it for me?
What? I don't know. I don't have much gold. I've spent years collecting rare items from across Riverlon. Please, what I have is more valuable than any coin purse. It can be yours. Just get me out of here.
Whisper that you need someone to teach you how to use your source. You can help him if he promises to help you.
Teach you? I'm no tutor, but...
You shift your weight slightly away from the barrel and hear a panicked squawk from within.
No, don't leave. I have friends. I know people. They can teach you. Just please, don't leave me here.
Look over your shoulder to be sure you're not being watched. In a whisper, ask what he needs you to do.
I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen. But if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arx. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me.
I don't have a path out at the moment. Say that you'll help, but you need him to wait here longer.
Damn it, hurry up. I can feel the fish oozing everywhere.
Assure him that you'll be right back, and then you're both going to walk out of there.
Okay. Go if you have to, but please be quick. If the Magisters even think that I'm here, well, we'll all be sorry.
Pause for a moment. Wonder what he meant by that.
I have enough niter and brimstone to turn this factory into a crater. Please. I don't want to die. But if the Magisters find me,
I won't let them take me. I won't.
I'll be back.
Okay, but please be quick. They'll find me sooner or later. It's just a matter of time.
I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to get him out. If I could get them to stop the investigating, that would naturally be the easiest way. But what would be a good way to even get him out? Probably basically use this path here. There's a lot of magisters there. But that means at the very least this guy needs to be somewhere else.
Still no sign. I'll flush the rat out wherever he's hiding. So, report. Did you find anything? If you see anything...
Do we have a marking on this? We find Higba hiding in fishworks. He claims he's innocent. We could probably put an end to the investigation by finding the real killer. My guess would be that's fairly irrelevant. Anyone in the tavern? Where the hell is there a tavern here?
Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
There was a mention of a ghost somewhere here. Probably one of the victims.
Magisters dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding any tears.
Where is it? Where is it? Madam? Please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about?
Offer to help her look.
She looks up at you in surprise. Her great greenish gold eyes sparkle, and she rubs a palm over her smooth head, seemingly confused.
You'd help me?
Smile. Ask her where you should start looking.
Tears star her eyelashes, and she begins to weep. She takes your hand.
I know. What a crybaby I am. It's just... you're so kind. It's been a difficult day. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside it.
Who's your master?
Magister Raymond. He bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He's sure to think I stole it.
She tilts her head back and blinks back tears.
I'd never do such a thing. Never.
Tell her you'll keep an eye out and be on your way.
She reaches out as though to shake your hand, but stumbles, falling a little into your arms. She laughs, embarrassed, and quickly rights herself.
We get pickpocketed.
Terribly sorry. I'm not in my proper mind today, it seems. I'll keep looking myself. Good day to you.
Her bullshit act doesn't really impress me. Right, she's gone.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't always be sweeping, I'll be riding horseback. We dwarves had a kingdom, and a proud knight was I. I won't always be sweeping, for my kingdom I'll die. Heavens to Bessie, another one. More queer folk than commoners in Driftwood these days.
Thank the bull for recognizing you are indeed quite exceptional.
Plain as day. Don't take hawk eyes to see you're as queer as a pear-shaped apple. Ain't hard for a bull to tell. I bet you don't even know which of them voices is your own. We beasts can smell the others on you. Anyway, tavern's just down the road. Can't miss it.
Why the bull assumes you're headed for the tavern?
'Cause that's where all the queer ones go. Clanking dwarves, dozy lizards. I even saw him drag a void-woken down there in the dead of night. Don't know what's going on in that tavern, but it must be a freak show in there.
Maybe I'm glad I ain't pulling carts of stinking fish round no more. But what's a beast to do if not pull?
Sure him he'll probably have new work soon.
Here's hoping. I've heard many a bull that's been sold off after the work's dried up. I doubt they were happy.
Good day to you.
Ilias Nook.
Keeping it together, Reed.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think
Well met, friend. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
Explain that you're just browsing.
It's free to look. Just don't touch nothing unless you're gonna make my purse jingle. Fair travels, friend.
Yeah, that's fairly disgusting.
Thank the Divine you're here to protect us.
You're lucky to stand in a town protected by Magister Raymond's wisdom.
Culprits still at large! Hey, this news! Fresh from the War Owl! Hear all about it!
Tell me the latest.
Many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What tickles your fancy?
Ask him about the war.
Ain't looking too good for them lizards. Word is, the Divine Order's gonna hit the ancient empire and hit it hard. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one left standing when you treat them to death, Frog.
Bishop.
7 save us. Stabbed in the back he was, by them vile, low-born, treacherous seekers. Kill them all, I say. Do them like Magister Raymond did old Lady Seaver. That'll teach them traitors. I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is dead. Gone. Who'll save us now?
The Queen.
Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Ha! Scourge, more like. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything, and she has them stripped and whipped all the way to the execution grounds. Didn't even give them the dignity of a sword. No, ma'am. Had them all hung. Real slow-like. You ask me, and I say she's mad as a mink with its tail on fire. Queen or no queen.
The Silent Watcher's jaws clench and slacken again and again, for no visible reason. 2 empty eyes stare straight ahead, like the black button eyes of a child's stuffed doll.
They wouldn't happen to have tattoos on their body somewhere?
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Like it's just a well.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Once, this was a tavern, or a hotel. Startled,
a
the guard
brothel.
leaps backwards and reaches for her weapon. She locks eyes with yours before releasing the grip on her blade's hilt.
You shouldn't surprise me like that. Oh, I could have sliced your neck clean open.
Why are you so on edge?
Rustling leaves no longer remind me of autumn. A songbird's call no longer makes me whistle. Now, they might signal a Voidwalken's attack. Have you ever faced a Voidwalken?
Lie, you've never seen one before. Although I don't see why I would lie, I can always say that I've met a few near the caravan. No big deal, really.
Nonsense. You best abandon those fables of yours. The danger is real. And the first to fall will be the dreamers and the escapists.
This is going nowhere.
The steward.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
Steward's old shield. The requirements for gear doesn't seem to go up all that fast. So for a couple points you could use up gear for 10 levels, more or less at least.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are?
Ask what he means.
Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me.
Note his ruined red clothing and say that he doesn't look much like a magister.
I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor.
What exactly do you know about these disappearances?
3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. What makes you so certain that Higba isn't responsible?
He might be a greedy little junk peddler and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing Magisters.
Well, if you're so certain Higba isn't the culprit, he should inform the investigating magisters.
They won't listen to me. Not anymore.
Okay, I guess that he intends to try and solve the disappearances on himself then?
The elf nods, stoically.
Exactly. I'm convinced that this tavern holds the key. It's full of scum and degenerates. The true culprit could easily hide amongst them. I have to keep investigating, keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know.
I'll keep an eye out. The problem is the culprit is probably one of the guys who can train me. So I would need to make some choices. I might have to sacrifice Higba, which I wouldn't do.
You do that. Now away with you.
But we might have to let the murderer get away. At least, as long as he hasn't taught me anything, we should basically let it go. At the same time, I'm not sure if I would do that. There might be a consequence either way. Power if you do the deeds, but that doesn't mean it's a mandatory thing to do. Right, I am not sure if we can solve this in a reasonable amount of time, but there's a lot of people here.
If you got laughed thus ended the conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title most divine?
We wait
We wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
I don't think you know even a
May the
smaller
seven
bit
usher
than
us to paradise against all the odds.
Now this is a separate issue. I mean, they might solve themselves, but we might be able to just deal with this now. Not sure how though. Where would we find a path where the magisters are not looking? We might, they're one of these. Okay, we can't use this side.
Joe's a good. You can stay there with the dirty peasants and Joe's mum until you're
Would be
cured.
tough to get out of town this way. There are probably guards here. No guards. Yep, guards. This would be the likeliest path I see that might work. There's only one guard on this side, and actually no. Yes. Looks like a battle area of sorts. Want to see what that guy's actually all about, because this is the only path out. Goes before him.
A fisherman stares at the water, muttering to himself.
Voidwoken maybe?
The missus will kill me. She'll tear me a new mouth halfway down my neck.
Look where he's looking.
You see nothing.
I've gone and thrown my wedding ring in the water.
What happened?
I was casting a line and I cast me bloody wedding ring instead. Guess me fingers aren't as fat as they used to be.
Commiserate with him.
He contrives to give you a sad look.
The wife's got a sentimental attachment to that ring. Her mum took it off her dad's drowned body, here, on this very beach.
You're sorry to hear the loss of a family heirloom.
A mischievous grin appears upon his face.
Ah, I'm joshing ya. Scammed it off a drunken elf in the tavern a few years back. But still, the wife will be furious.
Okay, why don't you just walk in the water and get the ring? It's not deep.
I could do that, I could. But seeing as the ring has a bit of sauce to it, like as not, going in there will attract Voidwoken. All things equal, between an angry wife and Voidwoken, I'm leaning towards the wife.
Hmm. The ring has a bit of source to it, he says. Ask about that.
Just a hint, nothing that concerned a magister. Made me feel that little bit more confident in myself. Maybe it was all in my head, but I felt like the ring made me more attractive to the women. I wouldn't do the dirt or anything, but it's good for the ego. Keeps the wife on her toes too.
I'll go get the ring.
I'm not asking you to risk your life on account of me and my marital woes, but if you fancy a paddle, you can go right ahead.
So we'll probably want some locations. This would be a good one. It has to be for a person who can teleport around. Mostly curious, can you take that? Yes. We're going to separate. They're going to be probably jumping about a little bit no matter what we do.
I've spotted something.
Lose doesn't really need to be close to anyone to do useful stuff, so... I'll also move the oil barrel closer to the edge, so we might be able to throw it around. Persuasion +1, I'll take that.
How unappetizing.
Slippery voidlings, so they're basically electricity voidlings. Likely every time we hit them they'll leak electricity, so this is a problem for us. Yeah, physical combat is the best choice here. Curse Water applies decay, causing characters to take damage when healed. They're a bit harder to hit too. Curse, 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 curse. 200 points physical damage with a single strike. And there's no way I can get out of here. This is amazing. Gotta heal myself, it won't be enough. It's the only thing I can do. He needs to be out of here, otherwise I'm boned. I could also teleport my own ass out of here, that's actually not a horrible choice.
I'll yield to none.
We still have 80% chance to hit these, but we're struggling quite a bit to do even that. Invalid target, why? Because he's fortified, so he can't be teleported away. Jesus fucking Christ. I might be able to... Oh, crippling. There's no chance. I might be able to entangle them. No, they have way too much magic armor for that. Lose is so fucking boned. least I might be able to keep him out of trouble. Miss. It's 80% chance and it'll miss. Really isn't all that much I can do. Save your points. 200 for a normal hit. Jesus fuck. Yep. Load. There's no way we can tank that. Right, separating the group was not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. They have way too much mobility. It's like an entire group of civilians. Repositioning the barrel probably isn't a bad idea though, because they will take advantage of this area if I want. If I break the barrel here, would the oil stay? Right, we need to concentrate our attack power. He's the real problem, the only real problem. The others are just minor nuisances. We need to get rid of his ability to do so much damage to us quickly. It's also much easier to hit.
Doesn't it?
It didn't last long, but it did its job. Right, more physical attacks. We just need to suppress it though. I want to get rid of the water and ignite these. It's just so it wasn't supposed to do all that much good here anyway. I've shot it there though. Right. How is it blocked though? I don't think we really need all that many status effects here. And start suppressing these. Our defenses are fairly good. Right, save your action point. We need to stay fairly close here, so we can apply the status effects to the Deep Dweller. Beale can't do much if I don't apply something to her. Right, we need to get out of the water too fairly quickly. Or kill something. There soon will start to be shocked. I can get rid of it from a 2 character maybe, but not that many. Right, so I can probably do at least 1 attack. Delay your turn. We are gonna do critical hits with this one. That should be enough to get rid of him. This is a great, because now we can use a whirlwind attack and we get 3 targets to lead. And it's all critical hits. It'll hurt. Their physical defenses will disappear totally. Unless they can stun him somehow. No, it's too late. Right. Not too shabby, and we get 2 extra points out of that. So, who wants to be crippled? Oh, he's frozen, he's on Necrofire. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna do a standard issue attack on one of their assets. Hope you'll hit. Right. There's an uncomfortable amount of shock there. Right, overall things went actually fairly well. Here was some of the water, a little bit of burning. If his magical defenses drop, we're in a fairly good place. Okay, his turn is next. It didn't work. Fuck's sakes, so I just healed him for no particular reason. Well, that's amazing. That'll make much of a difference, but still a dumbass thing to do. Do a critical hit through this way, but that's about it. More importantly, I do need to actually get out of here.
I'm ready.
Right, nice little fight here though. Level appropriate fight that wasn't particularly hard, but at the same time tactical enough that if you can't just casually walk into it and expect no trouble. Still, only one of them was really good. And again, I think it highlights the sort of, I suppose a problem, for lack of a better word at this time, that it's much better to specialize doing one thing great, attack one attribute or a armor, than trying to split between them. 200 points of damage is a lot, but it's basically 2 hits and they can take out some of our characters. Even with the heavier armor, it would have been 3 at most. I'd say it still would have been 2. 3 for the beast. So that's the amount of attacks he can do every turn if he doesn't have to move. It's not a minor problem. Who wants to bleed? I'll probably heal you at the same time. Yeah. Don't you ribbit me. Anything useful I can do? We're not really under any serious threat anymore.
Worms take you.
Welcome level up. Did we get civil skills? Yes, thank God we can act normally again. I don't think I can do anything particularly useful here. Bombard him with oil. Yeah, he's not moving anywhere, he's burning fairly well. Ooh, you have a flight path with these. Complicates matters. Right. Fairly pleased to fight. Guy isn't coming back yet. Teleportation skill book, one-handed weapon. Yeah, someone's going to take lore mastery, please. I'm really actually missing one thing more than anything, the ability to see how much damage they do. Because it's really hard to prepare in advance for against certain opponents. If I could see how much physical damage they do, I could see them as a big threat immediately. If they have what the hell, scoundrel skills, I can also see that they're backstabbing sons of bitches fairly easily. That's a horrible combination from my perspective. A lot of hazy rubies. Guess it's the Void Walkins give sort of a altered version of the regular gemstones. Either way, we will talk with him and end things there. We sort of got sidetracked, but I'm not sure what else I could do. We need to figure this out.
A horrified fisherman stares at the water, muttering to himself.
That was terrifying. I need to get myself a new line of work. Something as far away from the water as I can go. Goat herd, high on a mountain. Spice trader in the deserts. Anything but this. If the missus will go for it, of course. She likes the beach.
Yeah, I found your ring.
You found it? How wonderful! The wife will be thrilled. Or she would if she ever found out about this, which of course she won't. But I can't thank you enough.
Give him his ring.
He slips the ring onto his finger, where it dangles loose.
I feel better already. I need to fatten myself up again so I don't lose it a second time. Can't be relying on the kindness of strangers to dig me out. The very best to you. I wish you well.
With a new confidence in his stance, he turns back to his fishing.
The ring would have been more useful to me than the 5,000 experience points, but not sure how much more useful. Yeah, we could have replaced this. Either way, we absolutely must have thievery. And I'm already getting a gear bonus to it. Oh, for God's sakes. I don't know what to take here. So I won't take anything. Problem solved. Same with here. I'm thinking the gear we have currently is shit. This level of physical and magical armor is not good enough. So unless the finesse gear impresses me, I'm thinking of just dumping it to strength gear and taking more physical protection. So I'm not spending her points. You are a telekinesis guy, but do we really need this? Probably had the least use of it. At the same time, I don't want to deviate from our path now, so we'll keep at it. It has been useful here and there, and at these levels it's useful in a fight. It has longer range now than more spells, so I can move explosive crates and things like that easily at this point. We have too many unused points. Warfare has 3 and Geomancer has 2. We need Geomancy at least at 3. We probably get a free memory slot too, right? You're all about strength. You're our lore master guy. Thank God, we might be able to identify things again. I need to keep an eye out on lore master gear though too. Current level is fine, and that's not really fine. And you are our persuasion guy, so go at it. We should be able to succeed in most persuasion attempts now, so we don't really need the ring. That's why it was so easy for me to give it up. Need Pyrokinetic 3. Don't really have any spells there, but we are using fire spells often enough. Again, don't know what to take with these. We should have extra memory slots on everyone, so everyone can take at least one extra ability. Less for you. Long range dagger attack. They can perform backstab, that's why they're more useful than other attacks for her. The whirlwind attack wouldn't be bad for him, but he also can't do all that much damage through them. So magic armor restoration might not be a horrible thing. I want a cold attack. Right. Not bad at all.